Cannon lads, Marshall here, welcome yourself back to another review on the channel. Got another player of the month for you guys today in the shape of Potm Koulibaly. We've got the Napoli centre-back that is always an absolute monster on the game. I've heard this year, he's actually a bit more than a monster. He's a behemoth, which I think is better than a monster. But guys, we're going to review Koulibaly for you guys today. Of course, his normal card, I believe, is an 86, so this isn't a bad upgrade whatsoever. And price-wise, you're looking at like 150 on PlayStation, 160 on the Xbox. Is it worth it? I'm going to have a look at today's review and basically to give you my opinions on the card. But lads, if you've got any opinions on Koulibaly whatsoever, comment section below. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to get your input into the card and see your experiences if you have done the SBC. Now, if you do enjoy, you know what to do. You bring that type, smash that like, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new around here, and also suggest other players that you do want to see me review on the channel. We're not even done with normal cards, heroes, let alone the massive amount of player of the month that came out the other day when I was ill. So he's got medium-high work rates. Love that for a centre-back. 6'2", very tall, you know what I'm saying? But he's not only tall, he's got a massive frame in-game, and he's very, very strong as well. With the medium-high work rates, his positioning is nigh on perfect for a centre-back, because if you counter-attack, he doesn't like naturally just go out of position. He stays in a line. But when you're defensive, he drops back and gets back into position ASAP. So that's very, very good. Medium-high work rates, for me, probably always the best work rates for a centre-back. He's got 2-star skills, 3-star weak foot, and nobody cares, mate. In terms of his chem style we did use today, we used a shadow on him. The thing, I've seen a lot of people say, Catalyst, guys, you can basically max out every single defensive stat, just about, with a shadow chem style, and increase the acceleration and sprint speed to 99. Why wouldn't you do that? Like, max out his defending since he's a defender. So I do get that his passing is quite bad, and I even experienced that in game. It's not very good. He's got 55 in terms of vision, 67 short pass, 67 long pass. So what you can take from that straight away is keep it simple. Don't go for the extravagant over-the-top through balls from centre-back to left striker. Pass it to the fullbacks closest to you. Don't switch the player, and of course pass it to the CDMs if they are in space. Don't go for the extravagant ones because they simply will not work. Now his acceleration is 76. Now that goes into 86 with the shadow chem style. It's not that great. He actually accelerates quite slow, but I think this is a combination of a couple of things. One being his agility as well. Sprint speed 89. Once he does get that top speed, it is very hard to get past him. Say you're in a race with Koulibaly or anything like that, he will just smash you out of the way, especially with that 96 strength and 85 aggression. When it comes to dribbling, it's not good. It's not good, but which centre-back on this game has good dribbling? The one in there that kind of concerns me, and actually happened a few times in game as well, the first touch, which is effectively ball control at 66. Now the issue with that is if the ball gets zipped across the penalty area, that's like a driven pass, or even a cross, and it just hits Koulibaly, it's not under control and it can go absolutely anywhere. He does have the power-headed trait, so if he does go for corners, bang, back of the net. Defending utterly sensational in every single stat. 72 stamina does not matter for a centre-back. 84 jumper, and for someone that's 6'2", sensational. 96 strength and 85 aggression, like I did say. With that being said, we're going to jump in the gameplay. The do's, the don'ts, and everything you should, well, do or not do with Koulibaly, lads. Let's get into the gameplay. So here we go then, lads, into the gameplay. Now straight away you will notice his positioning is perfect. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time to basically get a foot in, whether it be an interception, whether it be a challenge, whether just to get his body in the way of a shot. He always seems to know the sweet spot in terms of position, nothing else. But yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Here, he gets across his man, he gets the foot in. Happy days, we've won the ball back, and then you can do what you want from that kind of position. Now, if you're doing it back with Koulibaly specifically, and it ends up being in your possession with Koulibaly, like I said, don't go for the extravagant passes or anything like that. Go for the simple passes, because his passing, it's not there to be utilised as like a David Beckham at centre-back. He's not going to spread out to the left wing, making a run in behind the defence and do like a 50-yard through ball. That's not what Koulibaly's about. So if you do challenge the ball and win it back in his possession, keep it simple. Fullback, CDM, that is it. That is the extent of passing you want to do with Koulibaly. Do you see that? His pace to get in there, his aggression to win the ball back, and overall his power is bonkers at times, as he does win the challenge yet again. He's got long legs, boys. He's 6'2", but yeah, I did like a lot of things about him defensively in terms of a Koulibaly. The one thing, and you might have seen it with that stand challenge as well, Agility-wise, not that crazy, boys, not that crazy. I did have a few spots where it would get like played on the wrong side of Koulibaly. See, he was facing a different way, and the ball went basically the other way, obviously. Sometimes, actually quite a few times, he'd be off balance. He'd be kind of slow to turn, slow to chase down the player and get back in the position that way, because his agility is only 53, his balance is only 35. So if he gets wrong-footed or a pass comes in a certain way, he's very clunky to try and turn and get back in a position manually. AI-wise, I'm not too sure. I don't AI defend. So again, if you AI defend, I'm not too sure how that would affect the cards. But in my experience, that wasn't very good. Hence why it's a counter today. The agility, first touch, boys. We'll get into the first touch. I did kind of touch on it just before. The first touch for me, it's not about his ball control, this, that, and the other. It's actually about the important moments where your opponents, and this has happened every single FIFA for a number of years now, they either do the driven pass across the box to basically cause a rebounds or anything like that. They can have random crosses, power-driven crosses. If your defender doesn't have good ball control, he doesn't have a good first touch. And with that being said, I'm talking about the bundles, I'm talking about the rebounds. If Koulibaly is the one trying to put his foot on the ball in that scenario, it's going to go anywhere, you know what I'm saying? He's only got 66 ball control, so just watch out for that. And another thing to watch out for is the acceleration. You might think it's brilliant looking at 83 pace, and even with the shadow, it's 76 going on 86. It's not that great. From my experience, even with a shadow, he is quite slow to accelerate and slow to get going. This could be a number of things, whether it's his slow turn to start the sprint or start the acceleration to get to the sprint. But yeah, I think it's just not that good. And of course, agility is there as well. In terms of pros, he's a great centre-back. You've seen it during the clips in this review. He's creating opportunities from winning the ball back in defence for the midfielders to be creative and stuff like that. But yeah, you'll notice quite a bit. He's normally in position, lads. Normally in position either to get blocks, challenges, or whatever it may be within the box. So in terms of the pros with this card, you've got the positioning. Love it. Like I did say, I think medium high work rates for medium offense and defensive defense. I mean, high defense. That's the one. Is perfect for centre backs. And like I say, a lot of FIFAs. That's always been the case. Always been the case. I do like aggressive centre backs where it's like high medium. But medium-high seems to be the right balance. Top speed's very good once he does get there. Strength is sensational. His interceptions are on point. His tackling is beyond bonkers. He's got long legs, stuff like that. Even his defensive awareness could add to his defensive positioning as well. B92 going on 97. And as you guys know from last year, defensive position, it's a very important stat. I think there's similar players that you kind of, well, you see the screen now and you do see the similar players. The one that you're going to liken them to the most is probably Upamecano or Skriniar. I reckon they're quite similar in how they kind of place on the pitch. Especially Upamecano, very strong, very abrupt, and I'm pretty damn certain he can't pass either. So for me, it would be Upamecano is the most similar centre-back to Koulibaly. So if you did like that Upamecano, you will like this Koulibaly, there's no doubt about that. Skriniar, very similar in terms of what he does bring to the table. Strong, powerful centre-back, and that is that. Varane, statistically very similar, but obviously Varane, he's always overpowered on the games. You probably want to go for Varane if you're in the Premier League. The thing is, this guy's in Serie A. If you're going to have a Serie A defence, I think Koulibaly needs to be at the heart of it right now, because if you look at certain Serie A defenders, even Skriniar, they're not that good. Not that good in terms of either pace or anything like that. Tomori could be fantastic in the future, should he get a few upgrades. He's one to watch, he's out right now as well. It's just, you don't have many defenders within Serie A that is the calibre of Kalidou Koulibaly. Love that name, by the way. And one question you will ask is the 86, well, I need to check this, by the way, I'm pretty certain he's 86, but if I've got it wrong, you guys are going to slate me in the comments and I actually might cry. I'm not saying I'm emotional or anything like that, but I might cry, you know what? He is 86, get in, boys, we nailed it. We absolutely nailed it. So the overall rating for this Player of the Month Koulibaly, the first. Is this the first ever Serie A Player of the Month? Or has my mind just went blank? No idea. But 8.7 for myself, boys. I think he's a very strong, powerful centre-back, and he makes his presence known in-game. And of course, on this game, sometimes you need that, especially when it comes to blocks. Inside the box and stuff, if your defender's very well positioned, you'll get the block on it. Happy days, you know what I'm saying? You'll block the shots, and then you can go on about your day, have some fun. And when it comes to value for coins, I don't even think that's that bad, boys. 150 on the PlayStation, 160 on the Xbox. I think it is a little bit excessive, but you got to keep in mind, I believe he does not have an inform. I'm going to go check again. Wait there, boys. Wait there. I need to check again, because if I get any of these wrong, you guys are going to literally crucify me in the chat. Or in the comments. Oh, yes, he doesn't have an inform, boys. So again, if you compare these two cars, it's actually not that bad in terms of price. If you did get an inform, probably be about 70k. So it'll be a similar situation to the Karim Benzema. It's almost like double the price. And for that, it's not that bad. But again, at the start of the game, do you want to pay 160 for a centre-back? It's up to you. 7.2 is what he does get in value for coins. And enjoyment, 8.2. I like what he did in certain aspects of his game, especially the tackling, especially the tenacity in which he went in for the tackles. And with Koulibaly, it's kind of all or nothing, right? Due to the agility and the balance, even the acceleration somewhat, if you couple them all together, if you do make the wrong challenge at the wrong time and someone leaves you behind, you're done for, boys. He is so wrong-footed, and it takes him quite a while to turn around and chase you down. Chase down the ball, or chase down the player, or chase down the scenario. So, yeah, I kind of liked his all or nothing, or my all or nothing attitude with Kalidou Koulibaly, because, yeah, it's like that. If I win this ball, happy days. If I lose this ball, I'm screwed. So every single challenge you go in for, you need to be like 95% certain you'll win the ball back. And with his stats and how he plays in game, that's pretty much the outcome every single time. Lads, thank you very much for watching this review on the brand new Player of the Month for the Serie A. Guys, if you have enjoyed this, a like would be massively appreciated. I don't know when this review is going to come out, because I'm currently recording this. Dude, what time is it? It's 12 minutes past 10 PM as well. Should I put it out in the morning? I think I might put it out in the morning, because with my internet, I'll probably take another half hour to uploads. Then I'll go to HD, get the checks. Probably be like 11 PM, boys. So, yeah, I'll probably put it out in the morning, right? So, hope you have a good start to the day, boys. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, I'm recording this the night before. If the SBC disappears overnight, it's not my fault, it's your fault. But thank you very much for watching, lads. Like, a comment, subscribe. Who do you want to see reviewed on the channel? Let me know in the comments. I hope you have a very, very nice day.